I'm grateful for like, yeah, I'm grateful for all the little experiences that brought me to just like even explore tuning forks. Like I use them for 2 minutes when I come home, or if I have to go to sleep. I bring them to gigs too, like if I'm DJing as well. To ground, exactly. To relax. Create moments where people are able to reconnect with themselves in a way that's not like that traditional sense of like, oh, I have to go to the spa or I have to go to a yoga class. Like we can access those moments of connection in everyday moments. Like we can be walking down the street and, you know, be able to access a sense of inner peace or access a sense of like inner calm. Like we don't have to go spend like an hour, 2 hours at a fucking like boutique yoga studio. We can like maybe pop something in our ears and like we can find that sense of calm. And I think that's my intention is with like the sound therapy work is to make it more accessible where people can just like see how easy it is to tune into themselves.
You got what?
Wine and like these things.
Okay.
In case you want to put it on like a tree.
Yeah. How are you feeling?
Honestly, like nervous to be honest.
Okay. Excited, nervous though.
Yeah, but it's so weird. I don't usually get nervous, which is actually probably bad. But I'm a little nervous.
I think it's because you've been wanting to do this.
It's
for a
outside my
while.
comfort zone.
So it's finally happening.
Yeah, and it's outside my comfort zone, but I couldn't do it without you.
For now.
The next challenge in my life is like just getting over the fear of people's opinions. And at the end of the day, no one's even like paying attention, and it's like
No one gives a shit.
It's like I have to just go over myself. That's what it is. I have to go over myself. It's not other people. So I'm like, oh, other people are judging me, but no, it's like I'm judging myself.
Yeah. Before anyone else has even said anything.
Exactly.
Yep. Okay. So we're 2 minutes away from what time?
1:30.
1:30. How many people have you gotten? 0. And 0 is okay, right?
It's fine.
It's fine.
I like what you said about like the right people will come. So at this point, we haven't approached anyone. Camille had some excellent insight around like we don't want to force people to come because they might not be in the right headspace or they might not be for them. But also Camille has so graciously offered to
You'll see me with the sign soon.
hold the sign up and possibly just like try to get people through that.
Your sign says vibe with me, so that's what I'm gonna do.
So
It's
also to
vibe with
know, there's been quite a number of people who have walked by and smiled, and I've like waved to a couple people, but like, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure out the right formula. There's no right formula. We're just
Experimenting.
flowing. Yes.
We're flowing.
Yes.
It's a vibe.
It's a vibe.
And I actually need this right now. I was stressed.
Yeah?
So this works out
Okay.
perfectly.
Perfect.
Okay.
Take a nice deep breath in and let go. You hear some sounds by your ears. Just allow it to soothe you. Maybe one on your chest. So the chest for me is like connected to the heart chakra. So if someone needs a little bit of boost of like compassion for themselves, if they're thinking about, if they're having a hard time forgiving themselves, forgiving others, if they're dealing with like some anger, that is such a good area to target. I think we all need a little bit of that.
Yeah.
So it's one of my favorite areas to use the tuning forks. It's my favorite.
I love that.
The chest one felt so good. The chest one?
Yeah.
I was feeling that you needed that.
Chest one felt so
Yeah.
good. Okay. So the chest one, the vibration lasted a lot longer than the head. Sure. The head was 5 seconds. at max.
Okay.
The vibration kind of stop.
Okay. Interesting.
I didn't feel the tuning forks.
No.
No, I didn't. Yeah.
Try it again.
Okay.
See if I should get closer to your ears.
Okay.
Take a nice deep. Can you hear it now?
Yeah.
On both ears?
More on my left.
Better now?
No. Nothing on the right.
Wow.
Yeah. Is that normal?
It is lighter. Even in my ears, it's quite
Okay.
lighter because there's a lot of ambient noise outside. So I wonder if that could be a thing.
And then what's the difference between those and these?
So these, I would use these more. Well, actually, I'll play them and see how you like them.
Okay. Oh, I really like those.
You like these?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's much louder too.
It is, yes. How does it feel though?
Feels really nice.
These ones?
I personally like it.
Okay.
And that's surprising to me because I usually like the deeper tones or the deeper sounds. But that's a higher frequency.
That's a higher frequency. Sort of chimes almost.
A little bit, yeah.
But they're, I don't know, I guess it's different for everyone. Christine, I'm glad you experimented with
Yeah.
this. Because now that I'm thinking about it, these I think might be better for outdoors because I think the low end is probably getting drowned out by all the ambient
I think so.
noise. But the vibration could be really nice on someone's
Yeah.
body.
The vibration is good.
Okay. Ooh, I'll try one more ear. Can I try it behind your ears?
Yes.
So it's like the optical points, whatever it's called, but it's connected to the vagus nerve basically.
Okay.
So the vagus nerve is what activates the parasympathetic nervous system. So that's what soothes our body. So when we're stressed out, that our nervous system is activated. And we want to deactivate it.
Right.
And so by targeting that area, that like immediate sense of soothing to that area. So we want to deactivate it, de-escalate the nervous system. And that's what using sound in that area does.
It felt really nice.
Yeah.
Ooh, that one felt so good. That one like sent body like chills in like a good way.
Yeah. Okay, so his feedback was actually super helpful. So first of all, he said he felt something shift, but he didn't know what it was.
Okay.
He also said that when I gave him the prompt of like, you know, let go of anything that you need to let go of, like he was like he had some kind of a
Yeah.
And then
That's probably like the first time he heard that too.
yeah,
Right?
he had like a response. Like he had a like
Got it,
anyway.
yeah.
And then chest. So sonically, he said that he felt like there was sound coming around him, but he didn't feel markedly better. That was like the words he used, markedly better. He did say that though, it was a little bit like him being in public, him being having like he tried closing his eyes and he said that didn't feel
safe.
totally
Okay.
safe to him, and that's obviously so understandable. So that
He's with a
aspect,
stranger outdoors. Yeah.
and he's like he probably would have a different response if it was a more controlled environment.
Okay.
So yeah, like
And that is something we talked about. Like initially you wanted to find a place.
a studio or something to do it. Yeah. So I think that's a really good piece of feedback.
Also, I find that if it is in a place, I feel like that could attract more people to it.
for sure.
Yeah.
And that's where you have to like. That's where I would have to like promote it, like have a bit more organization around it.
Okay.
So I think like that's a learning, and I totally agree. Like I would feel the same. Like being outdoors, like
Same.
totally random.
Yeah.
So that was good feedback. But yeah, he seemed to like resonate more with the vibrations.
Okay. Yeah.
And he was like super open to me like doing it all over his body, so that was fun. And yeah, he's such a cool
love
person.
it.
He's a media literacy researcher.
Great. Okay.
But what he was doing is he was researching like the effect of lyrics on the experience,
Oh, yeah.
and like I'm obsessed with that. It's like he researches the effects of lyrics on the adolescent mind, and obviously, I mean, I also didn't even tell him that I was like a mentor for youth because I feel like there's probably like similarities there. That's I don't know, it's just like wild. that was fun. Nice. Okay, cool.
Yay, high five.
Fun. Yay, success.
Time check.
2:10.
And update.
So we had one person. So I was literally ready to pack her up. And this like beautiful human just like comes across the street.
Yeah, he was like gravitating toward our beautiful sign.
Like literally he was like ready to just receive whatever was happening here. And so yeah, we had one person. It was new to him. So he was a musician. So he said that he felt like the sound. He said that he didn't know if he felt markedly better after the experience. What he did share, which was really important, was that he didn't feel totally comfortable closing his eyes in public in like a random park. So that was really good feedback. And he said probably would have had like a different experience if it was a more controlled environment, which is something we have been talking about too. Initially I was like thinking about doing this in like a studio and like having slots for people to come in and like do it, but then I'm like, screw it, it's beautiful outside, let's try and experiment outdoors. But it gives me something to think about, because yeah, like if I was in a park with random strangers and someone like putting fucking like ropes on my head, like I don't know if I would feel totally safe doing that or comfortable or able to like relax. So yeah, that was cool. Anyway, we had like such a nice chat afterwards, and that was fun. Anything else?
Nothing. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you. That was fun. Thank you. I could not have done it without you, because literally I'm like shooting my pants. So wellness. So wellness.
But we did it. We did the first one.
First one. We had one person. Yeah.
How are you feeling after your first pop-up experience?
I feel like it takes me longer to process things.
Yeah.
But I'm happy you're asking this question, because I feel like I'm proud of myself for doing it, first of all, because I had so much fear around even like putting myself out there. It's funny because I haven't felt like this nervousness in a while. And I've been doing so many new things, but like this has been such a different feeling, and I'm not sure why. But it felt like I was like really putting myself out there, and I needed that.
You were.
And I needed that.
You were.
Yeah.
You just had to trust in.
I needed that like bit of discomfort, because there are things I want to do that are going to require that level of discomfort, and I'm happy you're there with me. Like I'm happy, like I'm glad that little step was taken, because now I think when it like creates that space, like what is it called when it's called like titration in like trauma, where it's like you keep titration, where you keep like just pushing a little bit to create that expansion so that you can continue to move outside of your comfort zone. So it's like you take a little step and then you grow that capacity for courage, and then you take another step and then it grows more capacity for courage. It's like you keep taking those small steps, and so then eventually you're gonna have much greater capacity to take risks and do things that you want to do. So I feel like today was a good step in that direction of taking, doing something that required a little bit of courage.
Okay. What's the main thing you learned from this experience?
What I learned from today is like to actually enjoy the process. Is to enjoy, even like there was a moment there where I just almost accepted the fact that even if no one were to come, the fact that this was even like possible, and the fact that I even had it in me to do something like this was exciting. And I think like I wouldn't have felt that before, or maybe wouldn't have reflected on that, but I feel like even the fact that I just felt, it was like, okay, I'm chill, like even if no one comes today, I still put myself out there. And I think that was like the biggest lesson, and it worked out someone came, and so that was a win. But I think it would have been a win even if no one came. Even the fact, like just me being open to doing it was like a win.
I'm proud of you.
Yes, thank you. I don't even do myself. Like I for sure would, again, like I think that it also has taught me that I need a little bit of that support to be able to do the stickier things. Having your presence there was important. Like I need that energy. Like it's not just words, because someone could be like, just do it, and I'm just like,
Yeah, fair enough.
not enough.
Yeah.
It's not enough. Yeah, so I appreciate
you did it.
Yeah.
Now, pop-up number 2.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Pop-up number 2, stay tuned.